Hey everybody, got to the Gentry's place last night. When I got here I had an ABS light. I dropped the trailer over there and then I took my plug and plugged it in the next trailer and the ABS light didn't come back on, so that's cool. But I left out last night to go eat and kept hearing a noise and losing air. And this morning I had finance come out while I pushed on the pedal, and the air was coming from this proportioning valve. So I went and ordered this proportioning valve, and while I was ordering the proportioning valve, I kept hearing a buzzer. Take me some pictures of this because I know my brain ain't gonna remember all that. I can barely remember where I was going. So what was I gonna do? See, I can't remember what I was gonna do. Before I get too much further, they sold this as a universal. You can see this has got 1, 2, so you can turn it. It's not like the original where it was just one bolt and it lined up. So I had it mounted and nothing would line up over here. So I had to take it back loose, which isn't easy because you have to do it by a wrench. And you can only turn a little bit at a time. And then cocked it over one more time. Now I'm able to get things lined up, but it still has everything kicked over that way. But anyway, I thought I'd just show y'all where I'm at with this. Getting somewhere, but it isn't a 10-minute job, that's for sure. So here we go, day 2 on this, and it's been a crazy deal. So when they sold me this part, it's not a direct fit part for this truck. It's a universal part, and so it turns in different directions when you mount it. So originally, when I took off the old one, it was tilted more this way. I guess I'll try to refer to a picture when I upload this. But it was tilted more this way, and so this was aiming down here. Well, that changes the angle of the hoses altogether, you know what I mean? And these hoses are like, 20-something years old, and it's freaking cold out here, and all this plastic don't want to move. And I broke one last night, so I've taken this off 3 times. This unit, that's plus the original unit, so 4 times I've taken it off. And but the last time it was getting dark and it got cold, and I snapped that one off. Plus I lost a couple of the sleeves up here, and this was leaking. So this has just turned into a nightmare. And part of it's because it's so cold and nothing's pliable. That's part of it. And the biggest part is that they didn't sell me a direct fit. They sold me a universal part, which is really throwing a big time monkey wrench into the ball game. And so yeah, I'm still at the Gentry yard. Anyway, it's what it is. I'm gonna look because there's no vehicles here for me to take go to Napa right now. I don't know where everybody is, but it's freaking cold out here for sure. And so I do have a bucket of parts. I'm gonna go through it and see what I can find and get this thing back together. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's day 2, getting close to 10 o'clock in the morning. Working on changing the brake foot pedal air proportioning valve. Again, so they made this a universal model and it's clocked different. The original was clocked this way, and I've tried several different ways, and the problem is it's cold, and even if it wasn't cold, these plastic hoses do not want to move. They're set in their ways, they're plastic, and they don't want to change. So I broke that one because of being so cold and brittle, and I went through heck trying to get a piece. I finally got it this morning, got that on, and then during all this process I lost the sleeves that go on the inside of this one. And then after I got all this fixed, then out of the firewall, because all these hoses being changed and manipulated, the firewall is a whole lot different, ladies and gentlemen. See if I can get a close view for y'all. I don't know if I can. It's kind of hard, but they're plastic couplers, and I'm not sure if y'all can see them, but there is a board with many lines coming out of it, and you don't want to damage that, because then you have to replace the whole thing. It'd be like this over here, replacing all of it, all these hoses. Well, that would be even more work, because then I'd have to go and take the dash apart and remove all that. So you got to be very careful about what you're doing over here. So I cut this one. I finally got it out, cleaned it and cut it, and made it where it's relaxed. And then this other one here that I just did, hold on, this one right here. So I had to get it out with some brake clean and cleaning it and moving it and swiveling it, and finally got it to compress the coupler. I was able to get it to release, and then I cut the little tip off here which had the original groove in it. This stuff is hard. I mean hard as petrified rock. And so I cut that old compression where it had, you know, compressed down on it. Cut that piece off, because I imagine because of it changing the angle, that's where it's leaking. So I cut that off, clean the end, and fixing to put that, about to put that back on there. And we'll fire it up, and hopefully this gets my leaks this time. Let's hope. got it this time, ladies and gentlemen. Think so. I'm glad, because, well, it's about 24 hours later, after receiving the part. About noontime yesterday I got here, and I worked on it into the night, and it was a fight, and I didn't make it. I was able to run the truck last night, keep warm. Of course I have the APU, but I turned on the truck, you know, to warm it up. It was pretty freaking cold that night. And then I made bacon and eggs, and because I didn't eat all day, I was all caught up in the work, and ate and cleaned up and went on to bed, and next thing I know, sunlight was coming through the window, so it's time to get up. So here it is, about noontime the following day, and we finally got her back together with no air leaks. And that's wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I got a real kick in the teeth. So now that I've got this 24-hour job fixed, I decided to see how it was going to play out. Pushed in the air brakes, and it's doing exactly the same thing. So when you push down on the pedal, it bypasses through this dude right here, the foot pedal. So if I push down on the brakes, it goes psh, it's letting air out here. So anyway, that's a real kick in the teeth, so to speak. The kind of thing that really takes the flame out of your fire, knocks you in the dirt. But anyway, I went and told Tim, and he believes it's probably a brake chamber. So I need to. Now it's real cold, and it's not very good to clamp a rubber when it's cold. So I got to figure out how to stop the air from flowing in these chambers. One at a time until I find it. So here I am with my dilemma. Checked all the brake chambers. None of them are leaking. So we're down to either a tractor protection valve, or that red. I've changed the yellow part because it wasn't working right and it was spewing out air. So I pulled it out and put a new one in there. But I didn't do anything with the red. So I'm going to try that and see what happens. Well, feeling a little discouraged and a little tired and a little stiff, a little cold. I don't know what the temperature is out here, but it's cold, baby. Anywho, so I've done the proportioning foot valve on the front. Got that done, and I changed out both of those valves on the parking brakes. Still got the same problem. I've been underneath. None of the diaphragms are leaking on any of the brakes. So probably doing all this backwards. So I'm going to, it's pushing air out the blue side. So I'm going to go to the tractor protection valve and replace that next. Wow, talk about process of elimination. Catch that steer. It's trying to get away from you. Now the throttle's stuck. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel a little defeated first thing this morning. I took this part off last night because I'm just drawing straws. But anyway, so after watching some videos last night, I learned that when your foot valve, foot brake proportioning valve is bypassing the air, people are saying that it is there's a proportioning ABS valve underneath the radiator on this truck, and plus there's the proportioning valve, which is right here. So they're saying it's either one of these, that one or the one up front. And well, I'll tell you, after all the work that I've done and haven't gotten anywhere close to it, the money I've spent, I feel very defeated. But as defeated and as I feel, that doesn't get the job done. So I have to continue to move forward. And well, that's where I'm at. This is Wednesday morning. So it's Monday, Tuesday, and here we are Wednesday morning. So, all right, I better get busy. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, so I replaced my third part, and that didn't fix it. So now I'm going to get up under here and replace this emergency brake valve. And it took a while to find it, because it's been cut grease from the drive line, and I have to put clothes on that are going in the garbage can in order to work on it, because when I come out of here, whatever I'm wearing is going in the garbage, because it's a greasy mess. This is where the drive line slings the grease, and that's where the part is. So, but I have to do it. This is hopefully the final part that will fix what the problem is with this truck, and then I need to hurry up and get out of here and beat the storm. I got a load going up to Ohio and then Indiana. So anyway, just giving y'all an update where we're at. This is day 3, so the morning of day 3. And I would like to get her done so I can get on the road. I don't know why this camera is so blurry like that, but anyway, it's about time to get a camera update. I've been talking about it. So the new camera is coming out on the February. The Samsung Ultra S26 is coming out in February. And then I want to see what it's all about, or I might just get the one, the S25 Ultra. It's probably a lot cheaper, but anyway, we'll worry about that later. I got to get busy, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just crawled out from the abyss, and there was a greasy mess. This was up in the drive line. I had to next to my drive line, and that's what I pulled out. And I don't know if this is good or if it's bad. All I know is I'm doing the process of elimination here, and this is the next thing in line. They probably want $100 million for it. $100 million, sir, because it's made in Mexico. Yeah, it's tariffs. Yeah. I had to cut the bolts off of it, see, right there. So the bolts were coming through, right there somewhere. Right there, you see them? I cut them off. And on the inside, it had 5 hoses on one side. Yeah, it had. This was facing the front of the truck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it had 2. This big honker dude and this one here. So I got it out. Now I just gotta get a new one and get it on there. Oh, hey. So I just walked from way down there, from the shop, the Gentry shop, up here, because Finest found me the part on this here truck. And it's not located all the way up on the chassis like mine is. And the freaking driveline grease buried 20,000 trillion billion inches in grease. No, it's sitting right here where I can get it. So, got me tools. Let's get this thing off of there and get back, put it on the truck, and see if this part, this would be my 4th or 5th part. $300 later in 2.5 days. Let's get her done. I got it. There it is. Don't know if it's any good or not. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just crawled out from underneath the truck, and it was pretty greasy. These clothes are going in the garbage can. They'll never get saved. I had this beaner cap on. It's going in the garbage can. But the good thing is that fixed it. That fixed the problem. Now that I fixed that problem, I have a DOT violation right here. So I need to change that dude out. And then I have a sensor that I need to replace, temperature sensor, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to that tonight. It's starting to get late. But anyway, so we got the we got that valve changed. They put a spot on this truck. They put it right up under there on the inside of that frame. And I can tell you, there's a drive line, a carrier bearing, there's a PTO tank, an air tank, and everything else under the moon. And plus, that's where the bearings throw grease, and it was just... I got a spam call, sorry. It was a lot of fun, but anyway, so it's done and it's working, so that's good news. And I know I'm repeating myself. I apologize. So I'm gonna go get an airline and clean up these tools. I'll have to get to the temperature sensor. I got it right here. It's in this bag. We'll see. I'm gonna change that brake line real quick and then see if I got time for that. Time for that. Well, everybody, I'm a little bit happier. Took me 2.5 days to fix this truck. So I started off changing this part, and it was universal, so it's clocked a little different, which caused all kinds of problems. I was working outside at 17 degrees, and that plastic isn't pliable. So I started off there, and then I changed the valves up there, and Actually, one of them, the yellow leaks when it's pushed in. I mean, not bad, but you can hear air. But that's not going to hurt anything anyway, because if it's pushed in, that means the motor's running. So that's not a big deal. But they work fine now. And then I changed this out. Oh, my head. And I changed that dude out. And that didn't do anything. And then Timmy and Finance are saying, you gotta change that freaking, yeah, but where is it? Where is it? Is what I want to know. Where they get it? Anyway, y'all can't see it either. That's what I was looking at, and it was covered in grease, about 2 inches of grease, if not more, sitting over there. Change that out, and that solved the problem. Timmy from the get-go was saying that was what the problem was. But didn't know where it was. Finally found it. Had to dig it out of grease. Changed it. There, it's fixed. Oh, and then after I did that, so after I did that, there was a noise coming from up front, and I have to get some zip ties on this. And then this was leaking right here, so went out and got another one. I gotta get this zip tied up. So yeah, the whole air system's been done on this thing. Shouldn't have anything else. And now there's a load out in the yard waiting for me. Finance has been trying to get me to get out of here. He's like, hey, get out of here. Got a load. This is my load right here. So it's ready to go. I'll be hauling this out of here. It's going to Cleveland and then to Syracuse, Indiana. 2 big boats, 2 beauties. So yeah. Whiskey bent. Tim's house. Hans is over on the other side. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me here at the GENTRY and Sons shop. I got to come in today and work inside, so that was nice. Y'all have a wonderful day wherever you are. I was going to think of something here. Hold on. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Don't change many parts to fix your problem like me. God bless. And later. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, I got y'all are up to date on all the air. But I just changed out the thermostat sensor. It feeds the computer information on the temperature of the motor, and it kept giving me a signal going bam, flashing and stuff, so I changed that out. So that's done. I tell you what, it was extremely nice working in the shop today. I loved it. It was awesome. Wished I had the shop at home